Yeah, the car needs polishing. It's getting there now. It's looking really good. Needs a bit of cleaning inside. It's a little dirty in here. The two bumpers need polishing. They're very dull, so I'll polish them up. The window needs straightening here. There we go. Nearly ready. Very easy. You can see that they're a little different. And just to clean up here, and this one wheel, or these two wheels need a little of epoxy. But she's still running nicely, so that's really good. So it isn't going to be too bad. So I've taken off the hubcap, and you can see this is loose. I put a little bit of JB weld in there and let it harden overnight, and this wheel will be pretty solid. There isn't much else you can do with these pieces. Maybe a little insert of a ring, you know, like a collar as well or something. But they're pretty loose. The back is pretty tight and pretty good, so I'm leaving that. Just polish the hubs. And I've given the parts a polish. You know, there, the two bumpers, right? And the windscreen with my wire brush motor. And the car is pretty well polished here. And the windows are straightening out slowly a little bit more, and we're ready to go. So tomorrow we'll put it back together. So yeah, what you do for the wheels is you take a pop rivet and you take the nail out of it, and then you have this little shaft left, bushing I could call it. Now I had to drill it out a bit and cut it, and here it is. And see, there's a rivet inside the wheel. I drilled out the wheel and put it in there pretty tight, and so it'll stay there once the hubs go on. It's going to be fine. And it goes on this wheel like this. And all I got to do is re-flatten with the vice grips this shaft, and the car is going to be lovely, and it's going to be much more tight, these wheels. So they're fixed. They've got on both sides now this I'm trying to say bushing, which is basically a pop rivet drilled out. So there you go. So we take the vice grips and you put our way in, and you just flatten the end, and voila, you have your car running again. You just clip her like that, keep doing it until you get it flat enough so that the wheel doesn't come off, and there we go. We're going to have a lovely car again. It's a little bit, needs a little bit more flattening, but I'm sure you get the idea of it. What I want to show you is some little tricks on how to repair tin toys. You know, the various little things like the detail, the polishing and that. Now, one of the real big tricks is to twist the tabs. And the reason being that when you twist the tabs, they tighten up more and it's not loose. When you just bend them over flat, they're not twisted. And if you use the pliers like this, it really helps. So, you know, when you're taking your tabs and bending them, you put your pliers in and you twist. You press on your top and you twist in. And the twisting presses it down into the top of the tab here and tightens it more than just flattening them. Now when you're taking apart a cart, you have to watch out, because you know there are the tabs that go on the sides and the front, but there are tabs here underneath the wheel well, and they are the ones that are a little bit difficult to open up. And when you get them open up, you take a pliers like this and you flatten them off nice and straight again, and do nothing else with them. Leave them straight so you don't bend them too much. And then when you're putting your car back together, you can shove these in. But a lot of times when you're pulling your car apart, those tabs are what's going to cause you problems here in the corners. And you can see there's a little bit of bending trying to get them out here, right? That always is a little bit of a difficulty. But you know, once you get two of them loosened up, sometimes the bottom slides out. Now I polished this car with a white compound turtle wax. I don't usually, it doesn't matter what brand, but this is a turtle wax, and it's a light to medium cleaner. You want it to polish and clean, but you don't want it to take the paint off. You want to keep all your graphics on the car. And that way it's worth more when you're finished. And you can take the insides out and the parts all off, clean it and put it back together like this. And then, you know, You oil up your little motor a bit. There you go. I showed you how to fix the wheels, and then you put your car nicely tight back together. This part here, you know, these parts, there was really big gaps in them. And what you want to do is keep bending a little bit. You know, there's a little bend from playing or from kids. You want to keep bending it until it gets nice and tight again and it looks clean. Don't leave huge gaps in here, you know, because it's bent a little in the center. Just give it a little pull and a little pull until it gets back in tight and it looks really nicely. And that's the way you get a good finish on your car. Same with the windscreen, which was bent. Remember here was bent. We've cleaned that up. So it's looking a lot better. So there you've gone and made a $15 car into a $50 car. I'm just going to tab this back together now. Now, I've twisted most of the tabs, but these bottom tabs, because they're right here, and you don't want them catching on anything, you press them straight in. You can use the end of your pliers too, and just press them in like that. See? But you know, you don't want them catching on, you know, you didn't want them catching on the kids or anything, so you tabbed them in like that, right? Right? We kept a clean line there. There we go. Right? Now they're in. Now these side tabs just hold the sides of the walls in, and a lot of times people didn't bend them, but you can see this is lifting a bit, like lifting there a bit. See that? Now we press that in, and we press this tab and the side in, and hope that it holds it in place. That's what we hope. So when I have a problem with these tabs, I get a real small little screwdriver with a flat on it. If there is one, I sometimes actually make them that way. And what you do, I'll use this one at the moment. This is the only one I got right now here. Oh, here's one. You shove it in this little hole, the little tab hole, and you push down like that. And it pushes the tab enough to hold the car in, so it looks good, and you don't have too much of a damaged look. And then you put your tabs in the side in again. You don't want to overdo this. Just want to make it look good and hold. Right, you can see it's lifting in the back here a bit. Right, you just do a little force on the tab here with a little pinned screwdriver, and it stops that from happening. You just bend it in a little, and there you go, it stops it. Check it all out. Now that's pretty solid now. And I think my car is lying pretty good. It lies a bit high, and I'm not too sure what that is in the design, maybe meant. There you go. There's the tin toy all done. She's running really nicely. Right? Looking really nice. There's a little bit of marks in here, but that was in the car when I got it. Right? And I think we are done. So there you go. Oh, get that in the right place. There we go. There's the sides, the back, the top. She's completed. You know, one of the finishing touches I use is a little bit of tire spray. It doesn't matter which one. And you put it on here. This is an Armor All, but you can use any brand of tire cleaner for cars. And you put it on your vehicle here, and you just give it a little rubbing. It makes it look really black again and clean. And you do that all around your car. And you can see it gives the wheel a lovely finish, see? Compare with this one here. And you do all four of them then. There you go. There's the tin toy all done. She's running really nicely, right?